Y'all were cooking vegetables. Y'all were cooking vegetables. This is my favorite. This is my favorite. Okay, but in all seriousness, we're making boiled broccoli, and I really do enjoy broccoli and cooking vegetables, so I've been waiting for this part, and I'm pretty excited about it. Here we go. So for the first part of the vegetables, the recipe wants us to make a chili oil, and I have added the jalapenos, shallots, and oil together, and then I'm going to let them cook. It cooks for about 4 minutes. I am also cooking pork chops with my meal. Like, we had this for dinner, y'all, so I cooked the broccoli and my pork chops all together. That's what's cooking in the background that you can see. I think there is a point in time when I'm flipping the pork chops that I accidentally burn myself with the oil, and that's where I get the thumbs up, but I'm all good. Everything was fine. I didn't actually burn myself very bad, but it was just kind of scary more than anything. So yeah, so letting this cook for about 4 minutes, and then I let it sit for 5 minutes all by itself. It was my own fault. I shouldn't have been using a spoon. But, like, it's all I had. My dishes were dirty. I was in a hurry. And I burned myself. But I was fine. I did want to add, because I didn't videotape it, unfortunately, I had forgot that part. I did add the salt, sugar, water, and pepper after letting it rest off heat for about 5 minutes separately. That was to combine the oil and the water. It was still warm when I did this. So it all worked really well. It was very delicious. So we made sure and chopped the broccoli to the 1.5 inches for the florets. I don't use the stems because my kids don't like stems, so I don't even mess with them. And instead of steaming, I have chose to boil my broccoli. That's the way I usually cook it, and I don't have a steamer. So in the book, it even says that boiling is a really good one. It's the classic French way of cooking vegetables, and rapidly boiling them in salt water in an uncovered pot, which is what I did. I did add a lot of salt, and it is uncovered. The large amount of water dilutes the acid as they leak out, and having the pot uncovered lets the acids evaporate. Basically, what the book is saying is that the method minimizes the amount of acid in contact with the chlorophyll, which is what causes it to get less green. The only thing that I could see this being an issue is maybe I didn't use a big enough pot to dilute the acid, but I mean, it was all covered. This is how I usually do it, and it seems that it worked fine. So we'll see what happens. did speed this video up and since for time and size of the video, but this is the broccoli at exactly 7 minutes. I took it out. You can see it. It looks still really green. It's very tender and it's very nice. I left the remaining broccoli in there to cook for another 2 minutes to see what that looks like. And then I also cooked it for an additional 1 minute after taking that out. So again, at exactly 9 minutes, I took the broccoli out. I personally think it looked a little bit more yellow than it had before in the one stem that you can see. And then again, I left the rest of the broccoli in there to cook for an additional 1 minute. And here is the broccoli at a whole 10 minutes of cooking. Again, the florets are still pretty green, but the stems have gotten pretty yellow at this point in time. Here it is, broccoli at 7 minutes, at 9 minutes, and at 10 minutes. I personally think it's not a huge difference. The book makes it seem like it's going to just be like this dramatic difference of you're all going to lose all your green if you cook it over 7 minutes. But you can tell in the 9 minute where, that one stem that's looking up is a lot less green than at the 7 minutes. And then even more so in the 10 minutes, it's even less green. So you are definitely losing quite a bit of color. As far as taste and texture, they were all very similar. It did get a little bit mushier at the 10, the florets did, but the stems were still pretty firm and still cooked through, so it wasn't terrible. I personally have been always cooking my broccoli for 10 minutes and never knew the 7-minute rule. So, I'll now switch it up to 7 minutes because it's less time, but let's say you forget about your broccoli and you let it cook to 10 minutes, it's not going to be the end of the world. It's just not going to be perfect. So, and then you'll see after this, I do go on to add the chili oil, which my family loved. It was so delicious. Normally we just eat steamed broccoli with some salt and move on with our lives. But y'all, that chili oil was amazing, and I'll probably put it on a ton of stuff. I just whipped it around a little bit and everybody really liked it. So thanks for watching the video. Night, guys.